viewer, and welcome back. Today I'm sharing with you a Q&A. I asked you guys both over here on YouTube and over on my Instagram, which is Ellis Sara Smith, which I will leave on the screen because I'm over there on a day-to-day basis. So if you want a little behind the scenes of what I get up to in my day-to-day life, behind the scenes on YouTube and just everything else, then definitely head on over there and check me out. But I asked you guys to ask me some questions, things that you wanted to know, and I have got a ton of questions. So I've screenshotted them all on my phone and they're on the YouTube page as well on my community tab. And so I'm just gonna go through and ask and answer all of your questions. So if you wanna find out a little bit more about me, then just keep watching. Okay, where do we start, YouTube or Instagram? Let's have a look at some of the comments that I had. Okay, so here's a good one. One of these questions says, are you glad you gave up your job to become a full-time YouTuber? I love you. Thank you so much. Yes, I am over the moon. So I didn't necessarily give up my job, like I did quit work where I was working previously. However, we also relocated at the same time and I went on to maternity leave. For anyone that doesn't know, I started this about 5 years ago now when I was pregnant around this time 5 years ago with Klayton, and it was something that I could never really upkeep due to having a really awful pregnancy. And I remember seeing a lot of people that were starting out at the same time as me grow their channels and do absolutely amazing, and I just wanted to be just like that. I wanted to have content that I could share with you guys that would inspire you, that would motivate you, that would help you. That was the whole reason for me starting my channel in the first place, because I remember sitting there and I watched a couple of YouTube videos thinking I could do that, and I've got some stuff that could be really valuable for me to share about my pregnancy at the time. And I get that there is a lot of mummy content out there and it's very oversaturated, but my channel, whilst being quite mum and parenting focused, also now has more passions of mine, from interiors to cleaning and organisation and finances, and that's kind of the journey and the path that I'm on with life at the moment, and finding myself and stuff like that. So that's kind of like the avenue that my channel goes down now. There's a knock on my door and it's the guy that's fixing my tyre, and if he sees these set up from my living room, he's gonna think I'm insane. Okay, I'm back. He did look at me as if to say, what the hell are you doing? Why have you changed clothes in a matter of half an hour? But it is what it is. But yeah, so I started this channel out to help people, and then when I went on maternity leave with Parker, I'm sure you guys have heard the story before, but if you're new, when I went on maternity leave, I said that I was going to make a go of it and see what could happen, and then I got monetized back in January last year, and then within a couple of weeks got demonetized because they changed the way that their allowance worked in terms of monetization. So you needed like so many views and so many subscribers, and then they changed it so instead of the views you needed watch time hours, and then they were in a massive backlog. So then I got stuck in about a 7-month backlog, and at that point started looking for jobs. Because I'm a part qualified accountant, so I was going to go back into accounts. However, then just at the right time, I think it was end of June, I got monetized back over here on YouTube. And when I had, at that point, I'd grown quite a bit. So when I see that I could make money on YouTube and that money was coming in, and it was enough to kind of cover, or probably more so, cover than what I would have earned part-time once I'd encountered childcare and stuff like that. I realised I wanted to stay at home, and I love doing this. I think one of my most favourite things is creating the videos and editing them. I love editing my cleaning content for you because it's such a fun edit to do. And I also love talking for you guys daily over on Instagram. You guys are so supportive. You know all the tricks in the book. So between all of us over there and over here, if I need help or advice, you guys help me. And I just love this being my job. I've had so many amazing opportunities through doing this, and I just think it's great. I think for me to be able to share what I know with you guys, and then you comment back on my videos, like it really does mean the world. And I'm just over 100 now off of 100,000, and it's just crazy, and I may have hit it by the time I get to it. And the one thing that I think I value is the fact that, I mean, I had a point back in April where I felt really unwell, really poorly, really low, and the boys were on half term, and I had like 6 weeks off, and I couldn't do that in a normal job, but I needed that for my own mental health. And I'm just lucky that I did work through my maternity, but now I've got to this point, and I'm really, really grateful for what you guys have done for me and for supporting me. And I always say that if any of you have got any dream or anything you want to do, just go for it, just do it. If any of you are thinking about creating a YouTube channel, it won't hurt you at all. Don't worry about what other people think. For months and months and months, I didn't share this with any of my family at all because I think they thought it would be stupid. But the opportunities that it's given me, and the boys, and yeah, I mean, it just means the world. Another question is more babies, how old are you? Okay, so I had this question crop up quite a bit about the more babies. I'm just trying to see if I can find it. Yeah, there was another one. Would you like any more kids? So yes, I would love more babies. I am as broody as anything right now. I'd love another baby. I've seen so many babies over on Instagram, and one of my neighbours has just had a baby. There's a few other mums around the nursery that are pregnant, and I would really, really love another baby. However, my boys are a handful. They are the best thing in the world, but I remember feeling a lot of guilt when I was pregnant with Parker over the fact that Klayton wouldn't have as much attention as he once did. And although I love being a mum of two and I love Parker to pieces, the attention has split quite a bit from both the boys. And I just want to be able to give Klayton and Parker the attention they need and deserve at the moment. And it's everyone's like own opinions on how they split their time, but for me, both of the boys are quite homely boys that love their parents, and Klayton starts school in September, so I really want to focus on him all the way through the summer holidays. And then obviously Parker's starting a new nursery as of today. Actually, he starts a new nursery, and so I'm just going to focus on them over the next few months. We want to go away on a family holiday, and Parker is just getting to that age where he is like, he's getting there. He doesn't need a pram anymore, and he can walk about and he can interact, and he's starting to talk. And whilst he's still in nappies over the next year or so, he'll be coming out of that because he's just turned 2. Life's just getting easy again, and it's still tough, but it's getting easier, should I say. Both the boys are sleeping, and I definitely want kids sooner rather than later. I want my life back by the time I turn 40, because my parents and Adam's parents were very much the same. I had Klayton when I was 21 and Parker when I was 23 or 24, I can't remember which one. But yeah, I want my life back basically, and I want to be able to enjoy myself later on in life, and I don't want this to be a big age gap, because I love, as much as they bicker and fight, I love the close age gap between the boys. There's 2.5 years, and I love seeing that. So another baby is definitely on the cards. At one point I was like, no, I definitely don't want any more. They're driving me insane. But I'm getting back to that point. But I do worry, and tell me if you guys have ever experienced this. But I do worry that in my head I always said I wanted 3, but now I'm getting closer to 3. I'm really worried that I may want a 4th, and I mean, I don't want a 4th. But I love babies, I love them, and I love how cheeky toddlers can be, and then I love playing games with Klayton. I do, and I always used to think my sister-in-law was crazy for having 4 kids, but I get it now. Now I'm nearing 3. But yeah, I think maybe next year we'll kind of reassess where we are. Definitely not anytime soon. I'm definitely beginning to feel the broodiness, and the desire to want another baby has come back. And for anyone asking, I'm 26. So yeah, I'm nearer 30 now than I am nearer my 20s. Let's have a look. Somebody else put, your OCD diagnosis, how you got it, what made you think you had it. It's something that I'm looking into. So for anyone that doesn't know the background, last year I was diagnosed with anxiety and OCD, and it's not really something that I've touched on here, and I may do a video on it. So if you want me to kind of go into this a little bit more, then leave it in the comments box below, and I may make a separate video. I suffered with prenatal depression when I was pregnant with Klayton, and I also suffered with it with Parker as well. But basically last year, ever since I've had the boys, I think I've also suffered with postnatal anxiety. I think that's what they call it. Ever since I've had Klayton, I have suffered with really high anxiety, and I never thought it was anxiety. I just thought I was a really extreme worrier. I'd never even considered that what I had may have been anxiety, because I was clueless about what it was. And basically last year, I had a few incidences where I was having allergic reactions to antibiotics and tablets and a few other things. And last year I had a sinus infection, and just the year before that I'd had a sinus infection when I was pregnant with Parker, and I reacted to some antibiotics. And so when I went in there, I was really ill. I phoned them over the weekend. I was at home alone with both the kids, and basically I had to phone 111, and the lady said to me, oh, it doesn't sound like a sinus infection, like when they get the callback doctor service to phone you back. She said, it doesn't sound like a sinus infection to me, it sounds like you've got a severe migraine. And I also suffer from severe migraines, so I know what severe migraines are like. I have to go and lay down, block out any light. Like, I have them quite badly, and I haven't luckily had one in quite a while. So that was basically what happened. And then from there, the next day, I refused to take the tablet that she'd given me in case I had a reaction to it. So I wouldn't take the tablet until Adam come home from work that evening. So I'd spent the whole entire day with 2 very young children indoors on a Saturday with it raining, with a throbbing migraine and like sinus pains and stuff like that. And then basically Adam come home, I took the tablet. It didn't help at all, and she was like, instantly, this should help. It's a really strong tablet. She was like, but phone me up in the morning in case you need another one if it hasn't done what it needs to do. So I phoned back up in the morning because it hadn't helped at all, and the doctor on the phone at that point said to me, actually come in, I don't know, have you been checked over? And I said no. I said, but I don't think it's a migraine. So I came in, and instantly she said that it was a sinus infection, but through talking to me, she said that I seemed like I was suffering from quite bad anxiety, and had I had any treatment for it, or had I ever been diagnosed with it? I was like, no, nothing like that. And down here there's a service, I think it's called DAS, but I think it's depression and anxiety service. I think it may be like all over, I don't know. But basically from that I was given a, I was told to go and kind of self-register, or I don't know. And I basically went in for an assessment, and it took me a while because at first I was like, no, I don't have anxiety. And then I went in, and at that point when we were going through all of the questions and stuff like that, it was the therapist that saw me that actually said I was diagnosed not only with anxiety and health anxiety, but also OCD. And I just thought that I was an over worrier and a perfectionist. That was how I would have described me. I've always been like that since I've had Klayton, and I've always been a perfectionist. So for me, it just kind of never crossed my brain, because when I think of OCD, I think of the people that you see on the telly, but they're just the really extreme cases. And although my OCD wasn't low level, it wasn't like high level either. So if you think that you may be suffering from something like that, I definitely recommend speaking to your doctor, or see if there's any self-referral services you can go and speak to somebody about. There was a lot of things they made me do, and so for me the OCD was the fact that I can't have stuff left out. And funny enough, I was watching a YouTube video the other day, and somebody was hanging out their washing on their washing line, and they just chucked it on. And I thought, oh my gosh, and it really got to me. And that's the sort of stuff that really gets to me. Things not being put away, things being left out of their place. And that is where my cleaning and my organisational videos all come into play, and they really help me, and I know they help others. But yeah, I would definitely speak to somebody, because I just thought I was an over worrier and a perfectionist. So yeah, that wasn't the case. And I'm talking so much that my tea's gone cold. Somebody else has asked, what garden toys do you have for your youngest? So we have a variety of toys out there. The majority of the toys are for both of them to play with. So we have, I'll leave a link to a few below actually, and I may do like a garden toy video or something like that, I don't know. Let me know if that's of any interest. But we have a slide, we have seesaws, we have toy lawnmowers, we have a bat and ball, but that's for my older son. We have a playhouse, and we've just bought a bouncy castle. We also have like a little mini trampoline, but we don't have space for a really big one. So we've just bought a bouncy castle that blows up in seconds, so we can take it down because our garden's quite small. It was really, really affordable and really, really cheap. So I'll leave that link below as well for you. But we've just got that, and we've just got a mud kitchen as well. But yeah, they're just a few of the toys. And then they have things like the scuttlebugs and scooters and bikes. I'll leave a few of them below, and hopefully you can have a look and see what you can find. So somebody else has said, this is a nosy one, but how much do you save monthly? Only if you're comfortable answering. So yeah, I'm completely comfortable when it comes to talking about finances and stuff like that. At the moment, we don't have a monthly amount that we're saving. We're kind of putting all of our money into match betting and then spending it on our garden. So a lot of the money coming in at the moment is going back out almost immediately, because we're trying to stay on top of it. We don't like to use credit cards or build up debt or anything like that. So at the moment, we're not really saving any money. And because I'm self-employed, when I get work through, I'll get like payments really sporadically. So then we'll go out and buy what we need to buy. So when I get paid from a job. Recently we've been out and got like our grass and our garden furniture and stuff like that, so we kind of save up little bits here and there, but we're constantly putting them into match betting to make money. And I've done an entire video on that for anyone that's questioning what the world I'm going on about. But yeah, and then that's kind of how it works. I'm hoping that come next year, when we're a little bit more stable with everything, then we might start having like monthly money that we're putting away. But at the moment we're using all of our money, so we're not saving very much at the moment. We do want to get to the point, and we started it and I haven't got around to kind of carrying on with it, but we used to put £100 away each month for Klayton, and I really want to start that back up for both the boys, so when they turn 18 or 21 they have like a good lump sum of money for like university or a car or a flat or whatever it may be. So funny enough, someone's asked me a question. So they said, love your videos, I was just wondering how you were doing with Team Profit. I signed up after your video but need to actually sit down and use it. Team Profit is the match betting thing that I spoke about, and it's going really, really well. I would probably say that now is as good a time as any to start looking at Team Profit, because the football season has finished. It's not as crazy, it's not as manic, but there are definitely still offers out there, from the Women's World Cup football to tennis and golf and all things like that. So maybe not golf, maybe cricket, I can't remember. There's loads of stuff on at the moment, but Team Profit and match betting is basically a way to make money, and it's like guaranteed money. And we've made thousands now since January. We made quite a few thousand in the first few months, and we've slowed down quite a bit recently. We haven't been going as full force into it because we've been very preoccupied with other stuff, but we are still putting money into it every month, and we are still making money, and we make at least £400 or £500 a month from it. So it's not as much as a lot of people make from it, but to us that's amazing to have that extra side income. So I would definitely recommend sitting down, watching the videos, getting a notebook, writing things down. It's definitely worth it. So somebody said, hi Ellis, love your channel and your cleaning videos are so motivating. What did you do before you became a full-time YouTuber? Sorry if you've already answered this. So I kind of answered it earlier, but I was a part qualified accountant and I was a finance manager running finance teams back down in London. And then directly before I went on to maternity leave, I actually left my job as a finance manager because it was really stressful. I was working full-time and I had Klayton and I was planning our wedding in Santorini. And so I went and worked in travel for a brief stint and was a travel agent selling luxury holidays. And I absolutely loved that job. And then I went on maternity leave and we moved down here. And unfortunately the closest branch was about an hour or so away from me, so I couldn't return back to like another store, which was really upsetting. But I loved doing that and I loved engaging with people, and that's why I think I like doing this, because I always liked working in retail when I was younger as well. It could be quite lonely working in finance at times. Okay, so there's a lot of comments on here saying that they love my channel, so really appreciate those. But there's this one comment here that says, oh hold on, where is it? I'd like to know what your hubby and family think of you doing this. I love your cleaning and organisation vlogs. So thank you, but they're just really supportive. No one really says too much. I think my dad is still very much of the opinion that he just doesn't get it. I don't really think Adam's parents get it either. I think they're just kind of like, they know I do it. They know I talk to a camera. I know my niece watches some of my videos and stuff like that. They know I do this and they know I put content out there, and they know that it's bringing me in money and it's bringing me in a lot of experiences and that I enjoy doing it, and it enables me to work from home and be with the boys whilst working, because I'm definitely not one of those people like, I couldn't just be a stay-at-home mum. I love my boys and I've always wanted to be a mum, but I love to work and be busy, and when I don't upload content, I go into a downward spiral, because it starts off with I might be really tired, and then I don't upload content, and then I get really busy or the boys bother me, and then I feel worse because I haven't uploaded content, and I do get into a really bad cycle, because doing this is something I love and this makes me happy, and I love filming content and I get such a buzz out of editing, uploading and replying, and it just makes me really happy. So Adam has been supportive from day one. I think when I first filmed my first YouTube video, and this was back in 2014, I never told him straight away, and then I think the following year, I'd only done a couple of videos, and then I think the following year I told him briefly what I was doing, and he was really supportive, and that was when I went out and got my Canon G7X, because we wanted a nice camera for me to take pictures of Klayton when he was younger, and I did a few videos then, and then I said to him, like, I'd always watched YouTube content from the moment I started my own channel, and it was from that point on, once I'd had Parker and I said I want to get back into it, and he was always supportive. And as it's grown, he's become even more supportive, and he'll have the boys for me and take them out if I've got to film content, and he knows that like 7 o'clock my upload time generally, so he'll put the boys to bed. And like I said, my family don't really have anything to say on them. I'm not a big vlogger. I mean, Adam doesn't mind being on camera, but he's not overly, like, he doesn't want to actively be on camera. He doesn't mind coming on camera if I've got like a content idea and he thinks it's something fun, he'll join in with it, but I wouldn't be shoving a camera in his face all day long. And also likewise, I feel like I don't put a lot of the kids on a lot either, because I would love the memories, and I do really look back at some stuff, and I've vlogged a lot of footage that I've never uploaded, but I love the memories and that side of things. But for me, it's about the boys' privacy, and there are some bits that I upload because I love to remember, and I've got a couple of things coming up with Klayton actually in the next few weeks, which I'm so excited to share, and I know he's going to love doing. He loves a camera. But likewise, if in 10 years time he turns around and says, "Mum, that's embarrassing, I want that taken down," I will do it. And I don't want to have a lot of content out there that does that to him and embarrasses him, because once it's out there, it's out there. So yeah, I respect my children's privacy, and likewise I don't really vlog around family at all. I vlog around Adam and the boys, but that's kind of to the extent of it, because they're just not the type of people that want to have a camera shoved in their face, and I'm too much in the moment as well. So yeah. Okay, so somebody else has said, "Hi Ellis, how do you manage all your hard work and being a mum? You're so inspirational. How do you get organised and complete set tasks? I love your content and enjoy your channel. Thank you for sharing. Love from Bristol." So I am a very organised individual, hence the OCD and all that side of things. But I've just always been one of these people that writes lists, that plans, and for me, I struggle to go to sleep if I haven't written down what's in my head, because I'm one of those people that it will just be spinning around in my head all evening long, and it stops me from sleeping. So if I've got a ton of stuff, whether it's work or cleaning or people that I need to respond to or life admin, anything that I need to do, I jot it down so I don't forget, and I really find that helps me. And then likewise, I love a tick list. Like, I love a checklist. I love ticking stuff off. I love writing it down, seeing what I've got to do, prioritising my order with it, going through it. If I don't want to do a task, then I'll skip past it, I can tick it off, and then I know that I can narrow it down. And me and Adam have both always worked where we set a task for the day, we write down a list of tasks, and anything that doesn't get done, we move it on to our next day's top priority list. So everything kind of always gets done. Organisational wise, so I have like a to-do list diary type book. I have a diary that I write in. I find that my calendar on my phone just doesn't work for me. I have to physically see it. I'm one of these people that likes to write stuff down. So I put everything into my diary, so as soon as an appointment comes through, or I book in an appointment, or the kids have something going on, I jot it down. I really need to invest in a calendar as well, so it's more visual for Adam to see what's going on, because at the moment that's the only thing we're lacking in, is like the coordination. So it's constantly me saying to him, we've got to do this, we've got to do that, whereas a calendar he could look at himself. And then I just plan what I'm doing with my days. So basically a Tuesday, a Wednesday and a Thursday for me are work days. So on at least one of those days I will be filming. At least one of those days I'll probably be editing and responding to emails, and then I've got another day where I could be working, or I could be getting appointments done and stuff that I need to do in my own time. And then a Monday and a Friday are my time with Parker, just one-on-one. Then on a Tuesday and a Thursday afternoon, when Parker's at nursery, me and Klayton have one-on-one time. And then we have the weekend to ourselves. So yeah, that's kind of how I go about doing it. And I do a lot of editing and work in the evening as well. And in betweens, if the boys are playing in the living room, I'll just be sitting on the sofa whilst they're playing. I can watch over them and answer comments and stuff like that. Likewise, of an evening, I'll take my laptop up to bed, or I'll sit down in front of the TV with some music on and I'll edit or respond to comments or answer some work emails. So I'm always on the go. But yeah, I think it's just about being organised, and I love a routine. Routines are essential to me. I have evening routines, morning routines, cleaning routines, routines with the boys. Like, we all know what's going on, and I'm not like a strict routine person, so I don't have to 100% stick to them. I'm very laid back, but a routine helps me get through life. So the next one is, who inspires you and who motivates you? I think my boys are my motivation through everything, 100%. They motivate me. If I'm feeling like I don't want to film one day and I'm feeling down, if I know that I've got to get content out, they're my motivation behind it all, because I do this yes, I do it for you guys, but I do it so that I can be at home with them as well. And I do it because I want to be able to have a flexible job that works around them, and they're my motivation for it all, to be able to give them everything that I possibly can in life, to give them the very best possible lives possible. Who is my inspiration? I don't know whether you mean like celebrity inspiration, or whether you mean like another YouTuber, or whether you just mean like all round. I don't know. I really look up to Adam. Adam is my husband. He inspires me. He honestly never has a sick day. He works so hard at work. He works morning, noon and night. He comes home, he's working at work. He does long hours. He does a lot of driving. He inspires me. YouTube wise, who inspires me on YouTube? I have a few people that I love to watch that I think are inspirational. Brianna from Brianna K, or Bits of Brie, she inspires me. She's a mum of 2. Her motivations behind starting a YouTube channel are pretty similar, in terms of the fact that like she obviously was doing this because she loved to share content, but likewise it's given her a lot of time to spend with her dad and stuff like that. And she's doing like a month at the moment where all content over on her channel is basically any content or any videos and any AdSense money she makes through people watching her ads this month are going to the charity that's helped support her dad with what he's going through. So I think that's really inspirational. And just anyone out there, like I have a lot of people that I look at. So one of my friends, Juliet, she is amazing because she started her channel, she had goals and she smashed them, and she does so well, and she has consistently got out content. And I see so many other YouTubers that can consistently upload. They inspire me because I sit there and think, oh, I wish I could consistently upload, but my life just doesn't have that way about it. Like whenever something seems to go good and I seem to be on track and I have a backlog of videos, something will go wrong. Half term will crop up, or a camera will break, or my internet will die. So there's always reasons why I suffer with things. But yeah, that's kind of I think who would be my inspiration. A lot of people are my inspiration. Somebody else has asked, would I like another baby? I think I've answered that one. Somebody else has asked my favourite cleaning brand and favourite cleaning product for my bathroom. Sorry for the bad English. Love your channel. Thank you. Favourite cleaning brand. I think at the moment, favourite cleaning brand, I'm back to Dettol. I did work with them a couple of months ago. I do love Method. Don't get me wrong, it is one of my favourites, but one of the things that I don't like about Method is that you've got to leave it for 5 minutes to properly get to work. Dettol is instant. And I chose Method because Method have amazing scents. That's one of the things that draws me to Method. Oh, and I also like the Marks and Spencer's spray at the moment as well, and you don't have to wait for that one, and it's really cheap. But at the moment I'm loving the Dettol refill packs. I did a video of them recently, and it's a new thing that they've brought in, and I think that's absolutely amazing. So I'm loving that. My favourite bathroom cleaning product, I think, is Viacal. It has to be Viacal. I've used Viacal all of my life. My mum told me about it. And I also like the Astonish Mold and Mildew as well. So I think Astonish Mold and Mildew I like as well. Somebody else has put, hey Ellis, my partner and I are just about to buy a brand new home. Congratulations. And I wondered whether you could give me some advice, please. Maybe things to look out for and check when snagging, and ensuring the builders have done a good enough job. Well, you never know if the builders have done a good enough job, really. There's always stuff that creeps out of the woodwork, but what I would say is check all your appliances, make sure they're all in good order. Snagging wise, what have I picked up on snagging? There's been like a lot of marks, dents, chips, gaps. I can't even think. We've had like doors that have been loose, appliances, marks on like hobs. We've had a broken sink now for almost 2 years, so that's not going to get fixed anytime soon. We also had a fly infestation in our loft when we first moved in. So just check little things out. I think there's quite a few things that could have snagging issues. It depends if you paid for upgrades, making sure that the upgrades that you put in are what they say they are. I love new builds because I love going into a house that's built, but yeah, I think they can be very hit and miss. It depends what sort of thing you're after. Builder wise, you can't really determine. I'd say be careful of your garden and whether the drainage is really good as well. But yeah, I think it's just kind of, you've got to kind of judge each house situation as it is, and just see what you think. It would just be like I said, like your appliances and making sure mechanically everything's working. But you generally have like 28 days to get it sorted. So and like respond to them, and then I think there's like a 60-day one or a 2-month one or something. So you've got plenty of time. I think I've answered so many questions. I want to see if there was any more on this other post. Somebody put, how long have you lived in Devon for and why did you decide to move? So we've lived in Devon for 2 years in September, which has gone crazy fast. We moved down when Parker was only a couple of months old, and it's crazy to think we've been down here for almost 2 years and how life-changing it's been. We primarily moved for a couple of reasons. The main reason was house prices and the area that we lived in. So we sold our house years ago now, back in 2016, went into rented and was paying like £1,400 a month on rent in a not very nice area. And basically we looked at lots of houses down there. They were either tiny for what we could afford or really far out. And it got to the point where we was like, we don't want this life. We always knew that we wanted to live in like a little town in the country somewhere. And yeah, we ended up moving down here. The boys would have been like our primary focus, I think, as well. If we didn't need as much space for the boys, we could have probably just had a flat and we would have probably stayed in the London area. But I think for us, like, I love the hustle and bustle of London. I'm a very city person. But with the boys in mind, I love the country life. I love being able to let them roam and feel safe in my home and stuff like that. And yeah, I just love that side to things. So that is mainly why we moved, because schools and stuff like that, I wanted nicer schools for the boys. Down here, they're a lot more relaxed, it's not as busy, just a combination of things. But yeah, I'm really happy with our decision to move, and I think we'll be down here for a very long time. Somebody's asked, what do you do for a living? You're so relaxed. So this is my job. I don't think I'm relaxed, but this is my job. I'm currently doing an accountancy course. I know you said you're qualified. Any tips? Not really. I don't have any tips. I just used to study quite a bit, getting your debits and credits in your head and like making sure you know what side they go on and stuff like that, I guess. Yeah, just study and take each exam as it comes. There are a lot of them. Just work your way through them and make sure you really understand it. But yeah. Somebody said, how much were your shutters? A lot of money, but not as much as they could have been. I highly recommend the Shutter Store. I purchased our shutters from the Shutter Store. I did a video on it last year, I think it was now, and they were amazing. I did work with them on that video, but I purchased them prior as a customer, as a full paying customer, and I just produced the video to share content on how I clean them, why I chose them and stuff like that. So if you're interested in shutters, check them out. They were so easy to install myself. As if you're looking, 100% recommend doing them yourself. You literally just like screwed the frames in with their pre-drilled holes, popped the doors on, like they were done in a matter of minutes. Like I could have done them myself if I knew how to use a drill. So yeah, they were really, really good. And somebody else has put, how old are the boys? They are 4 and just turned 2, 4.5 and 2. So there's a 2.5 year age gap between them, which I love. But yeah, I think I've waffled on for long enough. I think this is going to be a really hard video to condense down and edit. So I hope you guys have enjoyed hearing a little bit more about me and my life and what goes on. If there is anything else you want to know, then leave it in the comments box below and I will come back to you. Ask me anything at all. I'm more than willing to answer. And I'll see you all again in another video shortly. Bye guys.